Welcome to Pasta Tuesday. That's what we're going to have tonight, Malcolm. Pasta. Yeah. I should have known, but blah, 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 blah. Anyway, thanks to all my patrons that I've had for the last year, giving me $1, whatever they've been doing. Lovely people, absolutely lovely. If you're not a patron, don't worry, you don't have to be. If you are, you'd know that you get some little sneak peeks to things that I'm doing up front before anybody else does. There's just like a little reward to say thank you. But finally, all the pennies mounted up a little bit, and I managed to buy my first Patreon tool, which is what I'm thinking of doing most of the times, is obviously putting the money back in towards the channel, not just flittering it away down the pub. If you want to just give me a pint for a pub, I'll let you know on that as well. But the Patreon money I'd like to actually go towards the channel and make sure you see things. And so yeah, I bought myself a slightly better brake flaring tool. You've seen the ones I've been using before. Don't even know where it is at the moment. Just like the little scissor type ones that you get them off eBay. They're 10 quid or something. Bit hit and miss. I've used them all for the last 5 years, 10 years, and they're hit and miss. They do work eventually, but not perfect. Wanted to get one of the big bench flaring tools, but that was just out of my price range just at the moment. So we got one of these Franklin handheld ones. About £30-40 depending on where you get them from. Doing a few test flares just now. Absolutely works a good charm. As we know, we've got that rear one to do on the subframe, which we need to convert, because obviously the brake pipe that I got when I bought the brake pipe kit was for a later car, and it's not, it's metric, blah blah blah. So we need to put an imperial fitting on the end, so we can get under the car now and try it out. I have done a little video just demonstrating this. I'll upload it another day. Yeah, I'll try and show you under the car anyway. Welcome to the underside of my car. First thing to do is double check our fitting before we into the orifice of choice. That's good. You want to remove some of this old tape that's on here from. Move the tape, and then what we're going to do is cut the end of this off the best we can. I think it can be fairly short, but we'll put a bit of length on it. So we'll cut it off. We'll use one of these cheap tools, which work okay. They're not speedy. You basically do that on there, clamp it up, you rotate it round a couple of times, tighten it back up. Keep going until your end falls off. Good thing with those tools is they cut the end off fairly square. I've used disc cutters before, things like that, which you can do. I've done it in situations, but so make sure we put our fitting on. How many times have I done that wrong? So yeah, do these up a little bit on this clamp. You put this stopper in first. This sets the length. So we feed this on. Obviously it's nicer if the pipe's quite straight. It will sort of straighten it up, but it needs to be fairly straight. Do them up finger tight. Wind this fitting in. You wind the fitting in, that now sets the correct depth. It should be. It's a little bit easy on the bench, but if you can see, it's got a little teat on the end. So you want to try and, it is tricky, but you don't want to wave the tool around too much, because you end up start bending the pipe. So I'm using the tool handle to get a nice firm grip, because the last thing you want to do is when you put the fitting in, it then just pushes out the back anyway, and then you don't get a good flare. So this one comes off now. then you wind in your correct flare that you want. There you go. Undo the clamping bolts. Fitting is in. So yeah, pleased I bought that tool. Thank you again, Patreons. And we just need to find ourselves an 11mm brake spanner to do all that up tight. That's another job ticked off the list. While I'm under here, I don't know if you can see. My tripod doesn't really work on these. Just at the top corner here. Handbrake quadrant, handbrake guide. So just need to flare some of these out, ready for the cable to go in, and we get a bit of grease in that. And then we can run the handbrake cables. Lovely jubbly. There we go. So just a screwdriver in here. Hopefully that'll tweak it out. You're supposed to tweak it back down again once you've put the brake cable in, just in case it decides to come out. Don't know how it can ever do that. And then a bit of grease in there. I'll just put in those bits first. It'll work its way along once the cable starts moving. Lovely, lovely. The only thing we're missing, which I bought some new ones off, but I'm not missing. Anyway, the metal plates that go inside the floor. I had two, but the rubber bits weren't very good, so I've ordered some more up. But that doesn't stop us running the cables now. We can put the cable in. So yeah, we'll do the driver's side. Let's see how we get on. Let's see if I can get everything in shot. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, passenger side fed through. A couple of things to note. It's easier. You can't really put it onto the rear handbrake. Don't know if you can see that lever just yet, because when you pull it, it all just pulls through. Everything comes apart. So what we need to do is we need to get it connected to the handbrake first before we can then pull it tight and connect it up. Also, I've lost the little pins which came with the brake kit. So yeah. I fed the last one through from the outside of the car, outside of the subframe through. I'm just going to try and feed the passenger one through, but I don't know if the holes are too big for the fitting, because all this gubbin's on the end here. So yeah, we'll feed that through and do the passenger side. Passenger side one, but we can't do much more until we get the handbrake sorted, which again I need to think what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to cut that one open. I have seen one on eBay, I might take a punt on. As always, you don't know until the other one turns up anyway. I might give Play Mini a call tomorrow to see if they've got one laying around. Anyway, so they're all run, greased up in the quadrants pretty much, but they don't really fit in the quadrants until you get the whole thing under tension anyway. So hopefully the last few bits will arrive in the next day or so, so we can get this handbrake finished off properly. Anyway, yeah, pasta for tea. Hello everyone, goodbye.